Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, the highly publicized Limuru 3 conference took place yesterday. And I noted three things very fast. The first thing I noted was the success of the event. That event was highly successful. The organizers were able to bring the Kikuyu nation, or the Gema community for that matter, from across the country to Limuru. As a matter of fact, if this event had failed, that would mark the end of Martha Karua, Jeremiah Kioni, and Uhuru Kenyatta. And from that event, Wamushomba, the Githunguru member of parliament, is going to emerge. The event was successful.
Limuru 3 was fully packed because there's a way Mount Kenya invested in Limuru 3. If you call Machakos 1, who will come? If you call Bongomat 1, who is coming? If you call Kisumu 1, nani ataleta pesa kupeleka watu huko? Sasa that is the problem. Turukana 1 itafanyika? Na ukisema unaita Taita 3? So that is the point. Invest in your people, invest in your ideas, invest in your culture, invest in your tradition. Number 4, money. That's why I'm even telling Luos, invest in Luo Mafia. If you don't invest in Luo Mafia, no one will protect you. Mungiki is an investment. And these people, Mungiki, take money from people to protect themselves. Why don't Luos give money to Luo Mafia? And why is there no Kamba Mafia? And why don't we have Luya Mafia? And they want to be president. Ndio maana Kalonzo anaogopa hata kusimama mbele ya watu kwa sababu hakuna mafia nyuma yake na hakuna pesa imewekwa kusaidia hiyo mafia. Sasa Kalonzo anaogopa. That's why Raila was being sworn in. Raila has Baghdad boys, he was sworn in. Kalonzo alikufa kwa nyumba, Wetangula alibaki, Musali hakukuja. So you must invest in your community if you want community benefit.
The second thing I also observed was the absence of some key political leaders from the mountain. Peter Munya was not in the picture. And I asked myself, where was Peter Munya? Because I thought this was an opportunity for someone like Peter Munya to shine. Peter Munya was missing. Where was Mwangi wa Iria? Of course, Mwangi wa Iria is facing some legal challenges, and maybe he didn't want to appear. Where was the chairman, Maina Njenga? Of course, Maina Njenga also has some court cases which is coming up. And also there are those who claim that he's already working with the government. And also that this group did not want to associate with the brand. I don't know how true that is. But for me, Maina Njenga is actually key as far as the Kikuyu politics is concerned. I didn't see Peter Kenneth. I remember Peter Kenneth had penned some article on the Daily Nation explaining that he would only attend this event if it was about the economy of the region. Peter Kenneth has actually decided to send himself into political oblivion, because in politics you need to take a stand. The third thing, which is also significant, which I noted, was the failure by UDA leaders who are normally mouthy to campaign this event. The only person who was courageous enough to at least tell his supporters not to attend this event was Moses Kuria. So why do you think the rest never really attacked this event? It's because of the way the event was received on the ground. In this video, I want us to do a critical analysis about some of the resolutions of that particular meeting. Later on, I'll focus on the speech by Wamushomba. But now I want to do the general analysis about the whole event. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in, and also allow me to thank the following people. You are seeing their names on the screen there for the coffee which they sent to me earlier, because it goes a long way in supporting the channel. You can also do the same using the same numbers you are seeing on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, what is your general opinion about yesterday's event? Because for me, at the beginning, I feared that the event was not going to succeed. But based on the objective, the event was a success. They were able to bring people to the venue. They were able to organize the entire Gema community. They were able to communicate, because the most important thing is communication. They were able to communicate whatever they wanted. And of course, they were also able to bring the right people to this event. And one of the right people to this event was none other than the former Kiambu governor, President Waititu. Why Waititu? When William Ruto wanted to venture into Kiambu politics and Nairobi politics, William Ruto reached out to two individuals, Mike Sonko, and he also persuaded Waititu to leave Nairobi to go to Kiambu. Those were William Ruto's projects. Sonko won in Nairobi, Waititu won in Kiambu. Both Waititu and Sonko were kicked out by Uhuru Kenyatta. But now, Waititu is now coming out to say why he was opposing William Ruto, and is the right person to explain to the people how William Ruto has really betrayed him, because he was the first person. Remember, he was the governor of Uhuru Kenyatta, who was the president. He opposed to Uhuru Kenyatta. So these guys were able to bring the right people. But in my view, I noted the following. Number one, but allow me to say the following. Number one, they moved to retain Uhuru Kenyatta as Mount Kenya Kingpin. Why do you think these guys decided to retain Uhuru Kenyatta as the Kingpin? Because initially, most Kenyans thought and believed that from Limuru 3, we were going to emerge with a new Mount Kenya Kingpin. But yesterday, they were very clear that Uhuru Kenyatta is still the Kingpin, and that Uhuru Kenyatta will hand over when he steps down. And according to them, Uhuru Kenyatta will hand over or will step down when a new person shall have emerged. And in my own thinking, this new person will emerge either through the presidential race or being fronted to support another candidate by the Kikuyu Nation. And I'm looking at this as a strategy by the Kikuyu Nation to start listening only to one individual. Because if you look at Rigathi Gachagua, who was the purported Kingpin, currently is hiding. Rigathi Gachagua is hiding. For the last 5 days, he's hiding. Nobody knows where Rigathi Gachagua is. Is it 1 week or almost now? Yeah, for 1 week, Rigathi Gachagua is hiding. Nobody knows where he is, because he was denied the use of a military chopper. He was denied access to go and use police chopper. So he's hiding. So you can't really classify Rigathi Gachagua as a Kingpin by virtue of being the deputy president, because someone like Ndindi Nyoro is even more powerful than Rigathi Gachagua, yet he's not even a minister. So the move to retain Uhuru Kenyatta, in my view, I can say these guys are going to front a presidential candidate. So watch this space. And that presidential candidate is going to be the next Mount Kenya Kingpin. They might front him not necessarily to win, but observe, monitor the movements in front of the mountain. Number two, there was also the call for Uhuru Kenyatta and Rigathi Gachagua to convene a meeting. Are you getting that? And then after convening that meeting, that they should then agree on the political direction of the community ahead of 2027. I know how politics operate. What these guys were communicating to us was simple. Rigathi Gachagua and Uhuru Kenyatta are in talks. And if they are not in talks, their interests are currently converging. And because their interests are converging, they should meet. Remember, I don't know how many times I've told you on this platform that in politics, there are only two constants: the interest and betrayal. So, Rigathi Gachagua has been betrayed by William Ruto. In fact, I'll do a further analysis on that, because when I started telling you that there was going to be a fallout between Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto, most of you dismissed me. When I started pointing out certain signs, most of you dismissed me. I saw the NTV carried an analysis or a story of something which I've been telling. In fact, I think earlier this week, I did a comprehensive analysis about Rigathi Gachagua falling out with William Ruto and the events he has actually missed, including the tree planting, which he was supposed to conduct in Bomet. But the truth is, Rigathi Gachagua and Uhuru Kenyatta, are likely to work together ahead of 2027. And their interest is only going to be one. And that interest is to remove William Ruto from power. That is what they are going to work on. Because after the betrayal, I can tell you for sure, even if Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto were to reconcile again, mistrust, and betrayal is already in them. So they will not trust each other. Okay? So that's why these guys are calling for the two to meet. So I want to tell you for sure that the next meeting we'll hear, a big meeting from the mountain, would be probably attended by Rigathi Gachagua and Uhuru Kenyatta. Or you'll start seeing Uhuru Kenyatta attending a funeral, Rigathi Gachagua attending a funeral. That's how politics is. The third thing which also came out clearly from the mountain is the betrayal. Each and every speaker spoke about the Kikuyu nation or the Mount Kenya under William Ruto. Someone like Waititu was apologetic to Uhuru Kenyatta for not listening. Wamushomba asked for forgiveness for not campaigning and listening to Uhuru Kenyatta, and several others, which in my view is significant. And if you want to know the intention of these guys, just take your time, because most of the speeches were in English. Most of the speeches were in Kikuyu, which most of us were not able, at least someone was able to interpret for us. Wamushomba was very clear that over 250 Kikuyus have been kicked out of senior positions, either by the MD, directors, or the chairman of key parastatals since William Ruto took over. So basically, Wamushomba is telling the Kikuyu nation that William Ruto is just doing away with these guys. In fact, the best illustration for them, which they failed to do, is to pick on the energy sector, which is now fully under the grip of the Kalenjin nation. William Ruto did one thing. He decided to leave the Ministry of Finance to the Kikuyu nation, or to the Gema nation. But the intention was for them to be masked that, we are nyinyi ni watu wa economy. While in real sense, their people are also calling the shots down there. So that also came out very clearly. So how William Ruto and his team are going to navigate about it, I don't know. Number 4, the future of Azimo. From the meeting, I think Azimo is kind of dead. The future of Azimo is actually going to depend on William Ruto and Raila Odinga and how they're working together. And this is why I believe Azimo is dead. Raila Odinga is keen on becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission. which means he will have to work very closely with William Ruto. Politics about interest. For William Ruto, he has realized that the Kikuyu nation is going. So he must work extra hard to ensure that Raila Odinga becomes the next chair of African Union Commission. During that period, because that election will be in February, I think, next year, between now and February, which is a very long time, these guys will be working together. Their bond will strengthen. So by the time most Kenyans will realize, Raila and Ruto will be an item. And as long as they will be an item, Azimo is going to die. And I believe the reason why these guys decided to leave Uhuru Kenyatta as the kingpin, and also why they want to meet with Uhuru Kenyatta, and the intention is to remove Ruto, I'm looking at the possibility of the Gema nation deciding to support Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka as the presidential candidate. And probably that explains why Wamalwa is still stuck with Kalonzo. So let us wait and see. And lastly, these guys also vote to remove Ruto from power. For those who followed the event, there was the term MOMA, which they used to, which was mentioned severally in the speeches by most people there. I'm told even one of their top artists sang about that MOMA. Is it Kamaru? Sang about it. And the interpretation is that it's one of the deadliest drink a Kikuyu can take. And they are vowing that they'll take it, just even if it remove it. And they're vowing that they'll take that drink if that's what it'll take to remove Ruto from office. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Makwiny. If you watch this video up to this stage, please kindly know that I don't take it for granted. I value it so much and it means a lot to me. Thank you guys and may you have a good day. I'm going to Maseno and probably I'll be there like 2 hours. Then when I come back, maneno ni mengi. Maneno ni mengi. I'll do a further analysis on Rigathi Gachagua and another development which I'm still verifying. I don't like giving you information just for the sake of it. Sometimes I need to take my time to do my research before coming out. Thank you guys and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.